We're back now with breaking news in your morning rush. Right now, a Shorewood police officer recovering after being shot overnight. Let's listen into a press conference happening right now with Shorewood officials.
And more information will be shared as it becomes available. I just want to state how incredibly challenging a situation like this is, given the circumstances that Milwaukee is facing. Excuse me. And the risks that our officers are facing doing their job every single day, the inherent risks that they face and the attacks that they're under. The violence in this community, Milwaukee, Shorewood, and the attacks against our officers has got to stop. It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
So
what is the search
people
of
to
this?
Breach a building over there? So were you able to apprehend a suspect inside that building? What happened inside there? Can you give us a picture?
The suspect is not in custody at this time.
Is there you guys issued a shelter in place for residents in this area throughout the morning? Is that still in effect? And what is your message to residents in this area who are seeing the scary scene play out?
Sure. The shelter in place should be lifted shortly. Like I said, this is an active and fluid investigation. So we still have some investigation to do and some searching to be conducted. So it should be lifted shortly. We're asking the community to just be supportive of this police department and all police departments. And we ask that you avoid this area while we continue our investigation.
So you said that the officers took gunfire while they were still in their squad's car?
That's correct.
Can you tell us anything about the relationship between the suspect and the two other shooting victims?
I'm not going to release that at this time.
Could you give us more information about the tactical situation that you guys were called to?
It was the call was a shooting. One victim reported that they were shot. As officers were responding, they located that victim and another victim. As I stated, I'm not going to release the conditions at this time, but as one of our officers was responding, they did take gunfire to their squad. So I have incredibly brave men and women doing this job, responding to dangerous situations like this. And my heart goes out to them, and I'm so incredibly grateful for the work that they do. My heart goes out to the victims of this shooting as well, and this senseless violence in our community and all communities across Milwaukee County.
Your note really praised the ballistic vest that the officer was wearing as preventing more serious injuries, and you can see the emotion in your face now. How are you processing that?
Well, I have a job to do, right? And I suspect that I'll process it a little bit later, but it's still emotional. Half an inch, and it could have been a completely different circumstance. So, but ultimately what it comes down to is we have a job to do. Our officers have a job to do. I'm just so incredibly grateful that they were wearing their protective vest, and that officer has since been released from the hospital. He was sent there as a precautionary measure, but he's in good spirits.
Officers did not discharge their weapons?
Officers did not discharge their weapons.
Are you able to give the name of the officer?
I'm not at this time, no.
Can you classify whether this was a random act of violence, or is this perhaps a domestic situation?
We don't believe that this was a random act of violence. And again, as the investigation is still unfolding, I'm not going to disclose the circumstances around the shooting.
Any leads on where the suspect could be right now? And is he a threat, he or she a threat to the public?
We don't have any leads where the suspect is, but we've got agencies all across Milwaukee County searching for him. We don't believe that there are any threats to the public at this time, but obviously we would recommend that anybody who came in contact with somebody who was involved in this particular situation, again, I'm not going to release the name of the suspect, but please take caution.
And you said that the suspect is known.
Suspect?
There's just one suspect.
One suspect, you said they're known. Do they have a criminal record, or do you have any relationship with your department, any type of connection? What do you mean by when you say the suspect is known?
We've had contact with the individual. I'm not going to disclose any more than that.
How many agencies responded to the situation?
A lot. I don't know off the top of my head, but all agencies from the North Shore were supported by Milwaukee. All the agencies in the North Shore, UW Milwaukee, the Department of Criminal Investigations from the DOJ is coming out as well to support our active criminal investigation.
We have seen what appears to be a lifeless body on the scene as well. Will you say anything about that? What do we know about that?
Again, I'm not going to disclose any condition of the victims at this time.
And as the alert is lifted in this neighborhood, what's your message to residents in this community?
The message is for just continue to support the police department. If you're given instructions about where to go or what path to travel, please follow those. And please avoid this area in as much as possible. We are allowing residents to travel to and from their homes as we're able to reduce the size of the scene. But again, I just want to emphasize to our community that our officers are doing an incredibly difficult job under difficult circumstances and facing inherent risks, and the support of the public, given the circumstances in Milwaukee and certainly now here in Shorewood, we need the community support more than ever, and we need individuals to report acts of violence because we know that people know this is going on. We know people have guns illegally, and we need reports that that's occurring, and we need the community's help to end this tragic violence.
My apologies if you stated this. Do you know the relationship between the suspect and the victims, the shooting victims?
We do, and I'm not going to disclose that at this time.
What is the next step with Wood Street here? It's obviously taped off. What are you looking for? Was the next step here in the investigation there?
Well, we'll do a search for any items of evidentiary value at this time, so we are trying to pare down the scene as much as we can as the investigation unfolds.
Anything specific you might be looking for in that area?
Items of evidentiary value.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.